Ladies and gentlemen, 5 days after voters of Bihar delivered their verdict, 272 eminent citizens have now delivered theirs, or Rahul Gandhi's vote chori narrative. After the brutal 6 out of 243 mandate from the Aam Aadmi, it is now the turn of the members of the judiciary, the bureaucracy and the armed forces to shred what has long stood exposed as nothing more than a conspiracy theory. In a blistering open letter to the leader of opposition, former Supreme Court and High Court judges, a former RAW chief, a senior IPS and IAS officers, ex-DGPs and military veterans have come together to rip apart the Congress and Rahul Gandhi for what they call a systematic, coordinated attempt to malign constitutional bodies, especially this time around the Election Commission. Mincing no words, they warn that India's democracy is under strain from a rising tide of venomous rhetoric. They accuse Rahul Gandhi of repeatedly alleging vote theft without offering any evidence, without filing formal complaints. They call this pattern nothing but impotent rage. Strong words, born out of serial electoral failures and the complete absence of genuine policy alternatives. They describe it as political frustration of leaders losing touch with ordinary Indians and choosing to lash out at institutions instead of rebuilding their own credibility.
एक आदत बन गई है कांग्रेस पार्टी की, खासकर राहुल गांधी जी की जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बॉडीज हैं उनके खिलाफ दुष्प्रचार करिए। पहले आर्मी पर हमला करते हैं, उसके बाद सुप्रीम कोर्ट की न्यूट्रलिटी पर हमला करते हैं, उसके बाद पार्लियामेंट की अथॉरिटी उस पर हल्ला गुल्ला करते हैं। अब पिछले कुछ टाइम से आप देख रहे हैं किस तरह इलेक्शन कमीशन के पीछे पड़े। आज तो बिहार में कोई रीपोल करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी।
In the post-Bihar autopsy, the question now is unavoidable. Is the grand old party even willing to consider its well-meaning counsel, especially when it appears to have already locked itself into a post-poll blueprint with vote chori as its ideological spine? Because just yesterday, at a closed-door review with key AICC office bearers from 12 states and union territories, where phase 2 of electoral roll revision is underway, Rahul Gandhi reportedly instructed his cadre to take up this fight publicly, organizationally and legally. And doubling down even further, the party is preparing a massive show of strength, a rally at Delhi's Ram Leela Maidan roughly 2 weeks from now, targeting the SIR controversy head on. And what do they think of these veterans' analysis of Congress party's narrative? Their reaction is almost a pattern now. Disregard the writing on the wall, deny the diagnosis and attack the messenger. Because instead of responding to serious questions raised about provocative, unsubstantiated rhetoric, Rahul Gandhi's team has dismissed these eminent citizens as nothing more than BJP stooges. The BJP, however, isn't surprised by this rebuttal at all.
चुनाव आयोग की संदिग्ध भूमिका पर एक शब्द नहीं बोला जा रहा है। 2014 के पहले जो सम्मानित प्रतिष्ठित नागरिक होते थे इस देश के, वो चुनी हुई सरकार से सवाल पूछते थे। ये लोग राहुल गांधी से सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं।
कभी भारत की संप्रभुता के खिलाफ, कभी मोदी और बीजेपी विरोध में कहना कि हम भारत की स्टेट के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, कभी भारत के लोकतांत्रिक ढांचे और इंस्टीट्यूशंस के खिलाफ जो है झूठ उगलना। और इसीलिए आज जो पत्र लिखा गया है, कम से कम इस पत्र को पढ़ने के बाद राहुल गांधी परिवार तंत्र को लोकतंत्र के ऊपर रखना बंद करें।
इलेक्शन कमीशन की मनमानी का विरोध राहुल गांधी जी संवैधानिक तरीके से कर रहे हैं, संविधान को बचाने के लिए, लोकतंत्र को बचाने के लिए। तो जो लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी के पक्ष के हैं वो लेटर लिख रहे हैं।
SIR में 65 लाख नाम निकल गए तो कहते हैं कि तो हमारे वोटर के नाम निकल गए, और एक भी वोटर का आज तक नाम लेके गए नहीं चुनाव आयोग के पास।
Well, and this pattern of dodging reality shows up again in the Congress party's latest round of excuses. After the Bihar wipeout, instead of honestly examining what went wrong, the party has doubled down on baseless claims of of vote tampering and EVM manipulation. Their newest theory that the election commission is biased because some winning candidates' vote counts begin with similar digits, 100 or 122. But a basic fact check blows this conspiracy completely apart into smithereens. In states where the Congress itself has won, the exact same patterns appeared. In Karnataka 2023 polls, 3 Congress winners' vote tally begins with 79. So, is that vote chori? In Himachal, Telangana, Punjab and Jharkhand, similar pattern repeated. So, by their own logic, were those victories rigged as well? Viewers, what's really happening is extremely simple. The opposition doesn't want to confront its own slide and the reasons for it. Instead of introspection, it is reaching for ever stranger explanations. And if there were still any doubts about how far parts of the opposition are willing to go, Trinamool Congress's Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra just provided the clearest signal yet, posting images of Bangladesh's former election commissioner being arrested with the ominous caption, "Things to come." These are the same leaders who have also pinned hopes on Gen Z, hoping to invoke and provoke them into overthrowing an elected government, a government that they failed to take on democratically. Just 2 days ago, after Nepal, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, Congress leader Surendra Rajput even used Mexico as an example of Gen Z protest. From Gen Z to veterans, all seem to be now rejecting the opposition's propositions. It raises the inevitable question, is the opposition so rattled, so fearful of political relevance that it is now romanticizing the Dhaka model, coups, crackdown, chaos as its last remaining hope? A politics not built on mandate but on mayhem as plan B. Another issue making the opposition nervous about the SIR could be its vote bank. Illegals who would be weaned out by this exercise. Times Now did a reality check in Bengal, and here is what we found. Undocumented Bangladeshis fleeing the state by their own admission. Ridhita and her report from Bengal. Take a look.
কোথা থেকে এসেছেন?
আটগড়া থেকে।
আপনি বাংলাদেশ থেকে কবে এসেছেন?
এই 7-8 মাস আগে।
আপনার কাছে কোনো লিগ্যাল পেপার ডকুমেন্ট কিছু ছিল?
না।
এখন চলে যাচ্ছেন কেন?
ওই এসে শুরু হয়েছে এই কারণে চলে যাচ্ছে।
तो आप लोग बांग्लादेश से कब आए हो इधर?
बहुत दिन आगे आएगा।
कितने दिन पहले?
3 বছর होगा।
3 साल हो गया। तो अभी क्यों वापस जा रहे हो आप लोग?
फिर जाएगा, काटमांड नहीं करते पाता है, भय लगता है, डर लगता है।
डर लग रहा है?
नीचे जाने भय आता है।
SIR का डर लग रहा है?
हाँ।
इधर कैसे आए?
বর্ডার ক্রস করে আসছি।
जी?
বর্ডার ক্রস করে এসেছি।
तो जब बॉर्डर क्रॉस किया तो किसी ने पकड़ा नहीं?
জি না।
तो अभी क्यों वापस जा रहे हो?
এই দেশের নাগরিক আমরা, আপনাদের দেশে আমরা আছি, ওনাদের অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, ওই জন্য আমাদের দেশের মানুষ দেশে ফিরে যেতে চাই।
आप लोग वो डर से जा रहे हो वापस?
So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the legitimate question on the news hour. Is anarchy the last resort for the opposition as its political narratives fail? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author Sanjay Jha, author, Congress leader Faraz Kidwai, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Salim Dharnidharan, national spokesperson of the DMK, Tausif Rehman, national spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, joining me live on the show tonight. And Tausif Rehman, let me begin with you first. That ground report by my colleague in Bengal, which shows Bangladeshis going away because they don't have documents. Doesn't this blow the lid off the Ghuspetia argument? And is this what you wanted to keep under wraps? Because SIR is on. It is the purification of the electoral rolls. People who don't have their own documents are now going away. Matter proved. So what is all this song and dance about opposing SIR?
Good evening, Navika, and good evening to everyone. Well, tell me, Navika, very frankly, I want to ask all the panelists who are from BJP who want to oppose about Bengal that SIR nahi hone de rahe hain. Have you ever seen Mamata Bandyopadhyay, Abhishek Bandyopadhyay supporting Bangladeshi and Rohingyas standing in the border, or any TMC office bearer or leaders कि भैया आप मत जाओ, हम आपके साथ हैं, हम आपको support करेंगे? We never said that. We always said that the SIR should happen under the limitation and with the constitutional rights. If the SIR is just a voter rectification, we don't mind. We are only concerned about the Bengalis who are staying in Bengal, who are Indians, जो 4 पुश्तों से यहाँ पर रह रहे हैं. We are not concerned about the Rohingyas and Bangladeshi whatsoever. This was the duty of Amit Shah confirming the border security. We are not there. But again, when you talk about the ECI and SIR, why do we have problems, Navika? The ECI has changed the rule for appointing booth levels. Here we have problem. The appointing booth levels during SIR of electoral roll right now, which move bluntly benefits the BJP. Earlier, a BLA had to belong to the same polling booth where the revision was happening, ensuring that they knew the voters and area very well. Very well, not a problem. But overnight, the rule has been changed to allow the BLS from neighboring booth. भैया क्यों? क्योंकि बीजेपी के पास बूथ लेवल में कोई कर्मी नहीं है काम करने के लिए. So now the election commission has to support the BJP. TMC is everywhere. We are not complaining that this SIR is happening and we have no idea. Of course, we have A to Z idea, whatever is happening with the SIR, and we are there with the people of Bengal. But again, Navika, that day also, I said, no monkey business in Bengal. This is not Bihar. क्या आप बाद में जाके बोलेंगे, अरे भैया आपने आवाज क्यों नहीं उठाया? आवाज हम आवाज दबा देंगे.
ये मंकी बिजनेस क्या होता है पहले तो ये समझा दीजिए. व्हाट डू यू कॉल मंकी बिजनेस? मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. एवरी टाइम यू रेफर टू अ मंकी बिजनेस. You, as far as I can see, you're being very reasonable that SIR, no problem, SIR should be conducted. Your people are on the ground. Your people will keep a close watch. So I don't see any opposition. So number one, my question to you are very simple questions. Are you supporting Rahul Gandhi's SIR, anti-SIR stand? I don't see that. Are you? Are you supporting Rahul Gandhi's anti-SIR? हाँ या ना बोल दो. बहुत complicated answers I cannot understand. I'm just asking yes or no.
Okay, just 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds. I am supporting my 11 crore people staying in Bengal, those who are Indians. Anything happening on them, that's it.
That's reasonable. Tausif Rahman, if you want all genuine voters to have a vote in Bengal, that's a very reasonable expectation and demand. And I'm completely supportive of that. I'm asking, if this is a great exercise to only give the rights to the genuine Bangla people, then why is Rahul Gandhi screaming that SIR is lock, stock and barrel, something that should be dumped into the sea? Do you agree with him? Do you agree with him?
But this is a very important question which is coming on every debate about Rahul Gandhi claiming that ECI is going wrong. We say the same thing as well, but he is having some lot of proof. But at the same time, Navika ji, अरे ECI क्यों नहीं ले जाता है राहुल गांधी को कोर्ट? हम ये वाइस वर्सा क्यों वेट कर रहे हैं कि आप पहले अरे आप ले जाओ कोर्ट.
अच्छा, now institutions have to take Rahul Gandhi to court. Your argument, Anand Ranganathan, has just been hijacked in broad daylight, or rather broad national television arc lights at 9 p.m. Tausif Rahman has, so you cannot repeat. But Gaurav Bhatia, they don't agree. What Tausif Rahman is saying politely is, thanks but no thanks. We don't agree with Rahul Gandhi. We are a reasonable party with soldiers on the ground. हम अपना देख लेंगे. ये राहुल गांधी जो बोल रहे हैं, इससे हम इत्तेफाक नहीं रखते. Isn't that what he is saying, Gaurav Bhatia?
So, Navika, the discussion for today is 272 eminent Indian citizens writing a letter and bringing out the reality, the irresponsible behavior, the anarchist behavior of the leader of opposition, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So first of all, let me tell you that 272 Rahul Gandhis put together cannot match the reputation of one person who has signed this letter. Having said that, it is very unfortunate that a time has come where leader of opposition has to be condemned by eminent citizens, in which we have seen There are two former judges of the Supreme Court, and I have known them personally. They have impeccable reputation, Justice Adarsh Goel and Justice Hemant Gupta. There are former veterans. They are veterans of the army who have served in the army, who have served the nation. There are people like DGP Vikram Singh ji, Ashish Sajjan Har, a former IFS officer. Why are these people writing the letter? We must understand. It is because Rahul Gandhi is irresponsible and part-time, and he is hell-bent on destroying our institutions which form the bedrock of our democracy. And that is why these people have come forward, and they should be supported because they are the voice of the people. I was hearing the TMC spokesperson, and I just want to start by telling him Firhad Hakim, who is a senior leader of the TMC, just a day back said, अगर SIR कराया तो बीजेपी वालों की टांग तोड़ दूंगा. This is the kind of language he uses because he gets encouragement from Mamata Banerjee, and this is what monkey business is. If they have a problem, Navika, then I think they should go to the Calcutta High Court. There is a High Court in the state, and you should ask the High Court to intervene and stop the SIR or any other irregularity that he is pointing out. But the problem is appeasement. Illegal immigrants, as your reporter showed, are actually leaving the country because they are now afraid of a government that is acting on the illegal immigrants. The only person who is afraid is Mamata Banerjee ki mere vote kam ho jayenge. And the kind of appeasement we have seen, I will remind you, Navika, to the Hindu she said, agar Jai Shri Ram bola, to teri chamdi udher dungi. And for the Muslims, even if they are illegal immigrants, she said, ये दूध देने वाली गाय है, इसका दूध मुझे चाहिए, इनको कुछ नहीं होना चाहिए. And that is why it is a worrisome trend that Mamata Banerjee herself has made statements against SIR, which is being conducted in 12 states. It is under the Constitution. Read Article 324. Read the Representation of People's Act. Does it not talk about an intensive revision? And if it is being carried out, why does
please allow me 30 seconds.
Samajwadi Party, Rahul Gandhi have problems? Because they are against the Constitution and they indulge in appeasement politics.
Well, the SIR exercise has been done several times before. Tausif.
Navika ji, see again, this whole thing again started with Firhad Hakim, Musalman, Jai Shri Ram. I know this is the problem.
But what's wrong?
All this stuff.
Well, if you want, I will put up Mahua Moitra's tweet where she's talking about a repeat of Dhaka. Now, isn't this a threat? That election commissioners will be arrested. Things to come, she writes. What is she leaving to the imagination?
Of course, Navika ji. I'm sure. I knew that. See, but I'm sure. I'm just replying to the BJP spokesperson. I'm sure you know the LOP of Bengal in July. Quoted, please hear me out. Quoted that Bangladesh is better than Bengal. कोई आवाज नहीं उठा. Bengal paraya hai, sotela hai. I understand. For BJP, it is sotela. But this is the same BJP before 2014.
You will digress, you will deviate, you will divert the debate into God knows which all territories. But Tausif bhai, allow me to take the question now to Sanjay Jha. And Sanjay Jha, 1 minute, Gaurav Bhatia and Tausif bhai. Sanjay Jha, I want to bring in 272 intellectuals who write. They are citizens of India, eminent citizens of India. Former military men, bureaucrats, IPS officers, judges. You know what words have been used for them by Ms. Alka Lamba, eminent member of the Congress party? Besharm, Bikau, Bhrasht, Kayer, Satta ke Dalal. Now this I don't even think is normal civil conversation. Leave a conversation or terminology anybody should use for anybody, least of all judges, former judges and former military men. ये तो इज्जत है आपकी और उसके ऊपर you're destroying institution after institution. Kabhi, if the Supreme Court doesn't give a judgment that is okay by you, you'll go after them. If it is the Election Commission one day, the other day it is the courts. Every single institution is under attack. Sanjay Jha, what do you want in this country? Anarchy? Is that what will serve your purpose, your political objective, the manner in which the Congress is going? Why? Because you can't win your own elections, you don't have a cadre, and you don't have your ducks in a row, Sanjay Jha?
Navika, good evening to you and to all my fellow panelists on the program tonight. Just give me a minute and I will put forth my view, and I do think that's going to be the view of a large number of parties from the opposition. The SIR is not the only reason why the India Alliance or the Mahagathbandhan did not win in Bihar. I'll be open enough to tell you there were multiple reasons. SIR would be one of them. So I'm not trying to say that this is some kind of a pretext or an excuse for the defeat. Point number one. Point number two, I don't approve of the language against anybody that you just read out, because I believe in a democracy. People have a right to disagree. They have a right to vehemently disagree, and we should respect it no matter what. Point number three, however, having said that, I want to, through the medium of your very popular show, Navika, ask 4 questions of the 272 eminent people who have criticized Rahul Gandhi and said that he's threatening India's constitutional integrity. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, do you approve of the way the Chief Election Commissioner is now selected? Do you approve of that? Number two, do you approve of the fact that now there cannot be any court case or legal proceedings against the Chief Election Commissioner? Number three, do you approve of the fact that the Supreme Court had to intervene to make the Chief Election Commissioner disclose the deleted voters in Bihar of 65 lakhs and tell them to accept Aadhaar as a document for citizens? Point number four, do you approve that CCTV footage is now no longer having a longer shelf life and is obliterated with a very limited storage time? These are all significant questions that need to be debated. I believe that for everyone who's critical of Rahul Gandhi, they should understand just one thing. You can allude that it is a political strategy. Just a minute, Gaurav, that you can allude politically that it's a strategy to try and, kind of get an emotive appeal to the people of India. But the truth is, it is also a fight for democratic integrity in this country.
But
if the electoral
But
process
it would be nice in the democratic exercise if you look at the shortfalls within shortcomings of your own party. That is not something democratically that you're doing. All you're doing is slamming some other organizations and institutions without looking at the institution of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is the leader of opposition, who every single day destroys the credibility of institutions in this country. Gaurav Bhatia, respond.
Navika, Mr. Modi has already destroyed all democratic institutions.
So, Sanjay Jha, first of all, you should know that before 2014, as now is the criteria of collegium appointing the election commissioners and the chief election commissioners, it was appointed only by the Prime Minister. That too was operated through a remote control by Sonia Gandhi. Naveen Chawla, MS Gill. MS Gill served as the CEC. Later he became the sports minister in the UPA government. So at least first know the facts, how they were appointed to the Congress government. Second, you said a protection given to the chief election commissioner. Please be quiet. You talked about protection given to the chief election commissioner. I want to tell you about the constitution a little bit. Is this a protection that has been brought in by an amendment by us? No, it existed earlier also. So you're wrong there also. Third, SIR in Bihar. The Supreme Court decided not to stay the SIR process. And how many election petitions have you filed so far after 6 days? If there have been rigging in the elections, how many appeals did you file? The answer is 0. 0 appeals filed. Last but not the least, CCTV. If you have a problem and you want the CCTV to be restored, please file an election petition. The court can always protect the CCTV coverage. So you are not even right there. Don't come on national television and give wrong facts to the viewers of Times.
Well, let me, 1 minute, gentlemen. Let me get in Anand Ranganathan. Anand Ranganathan, what do you make of these statements? 1 minute. Digvijay Singh tweets, and what does he said? आजकल BLO चुनाव आयोग के नियमों और आदेशों के आधार पर नहीं, पर बीजेपी के आधार पर कर रहे हैं. इनको घेराई कर लो, घेराई बंद कर लो और इनके खिलाफ धरना प्रदर्शन कर लो. Now this is not a threat. Then Abhishek Banerjee, 29th of October says, confront and tie up local BJP leaders if they ask for your parents' birth certificates during the special intensive revision. This is also not a threat. And of course, Mahua Moitra to roz subah sweet nothings likhti hain social media pe.
Navika ji, for everything you asking.
Navika, Tausif bhai, look, I've been waiting very patiently for 25 minutes and I heard you. Please give me, thank you. No problem at all. No. Look, in fact, I'm coming to you first up because good evening, Navika, and good evening to my fellow panelists. Very quickly, 3 points. Out of which I accept Sanjay has made 2 very good points with which I agree, but I'll add to that. But point number 1, when Tausif bhai says, give me one instance, Navika, where Mamata has sided with the Rohingyas. Let me give you 3 instances. In 2017, when Prime Minister decided to throw out the illegal Rohingyas, and there was a huge protest in Bengal by Bengali Muslims to not do that, that was when Mamata actually said, innocents will suffer. We are for the rights of Rohingyas, and even though India is not a signatory to the Refugee Commission, Mamata began distributing UNHCR identity cards to Rohingyas. Will Tausif apologize now for spreading fake news?
No, I've watched nothing to apologize.
Did she distribute I-cards? Did she distribute I-cards? Yes or no?
There has
yes
to be
or no?
explanation. I'm ready to give you explanations.
Give me the
totally different case. But you tell me during the time of SIR, what are you doing?
Were I-cards distributed or not? Were I-cards distributed to Rohingyas or not?
Interrupt you. You complete your statement. I will answer you. You complete your
statement.
Anyway,
Navika, I just wanted to expose him. Now, can I come to the second
I'll
point? No, please, my time is very limited. Now, number 2, I have to make 2 more points. Number 2, Sanjay makes an excellent point that yes, mistakes were done by the Congress. Why should BJP repeat the mistake? Fair enough. But I would have liked him to have also added, Sanjay, yes, I do not agree with the current procedure through which the CEC is appointed. But you should have also mentioned how CECs were appointed before 2014. It was on the whims and fancies of the Prime Minister of the day. In fact, not just the Prime Minister. When the then CEC complained that the late Mr. Naveen Chawla was spying for the Congress, he wrote an 80-page affidavit to the President. What did the President do before the 2009 general election? She appointed Naveen Chawla as the Chief Election Commissioner. So let's not go down that road. Finally, I have to say this, Navika, I applaud the letter written by 272 individuals, out of which 16 are ex-Supreme Court and High Court and Allahabad High Court judges. But I have to say something which is very specific for our country. And many people on the panel will identify this. Why is it that all our brave men and women find suddenly their vocal cords after they've retired? After they've retired, all IPS officers, Supreme Court judges, everyone says this is wrong, that is wrong, country is going here, country is going there. When they are in service, सांप सूंघ जाता है क्या? I would have preferred if sitting judges were to say, you are attacking and you are destroying the institutions by alleging all this vote chori is happening. But nobody has
but they make those observations, Anand Ranganathan, to be fair to them, they make those observations when such cases are before them. But I want to bring up Faraz Kidwai, another issue. Now, the ingenious bahana that has come in, I'm coming to you, Gaurav Bhatia, Faraz Kidwai first. The ingenious bahana that has come in, some people who have won have got first 3 digits as same. 100, 100, 100. And in a minute they were fact checked because similar first digits have come in Himachal, Telangana, Punjab, all states won by the India Alliance, mostly the Congress party. So ek aur bahana khadde mein gaya. I want to ask you, you have to get evidence if you think this process is wrong. The rest is only rhetoric. And when you bring in evidence that cannot stand on its own 2 feet for more than 20 minutes, clearly people will say ke roz naya bahana, roz naya bahana. In fact, there are voices coming in from your party which is going to the polls in 2027 right after Bengal, where people are now scared to touch Rahul Gandhi with a barge pole. तेजस्वी को तो डुबा दिया, अब अखिलेश यादव को डुबा देंगे. फिर क्या होगा? मेहरोत्रा साहब आपकी पार्टी से कह रहे हैं ना कि अखिलेश यादव should be the head of the India Alliance and not Rahul Gandhi. So they see a weakness. Will you admit to that weakness?
Navika ji, thank you very much, and I am going to give you the proof of whatever has happened in the Bihar through Election Commission. But you have mentioned that every institution is under attack from the opposition. I just want to ask one thing, Navika ji, that who said that the Chief Justice of India, Mr. Sanjeev Khanna, is responsible for the civil war in the country? Who said? Who is Nishikant Dubey? And who said that the Supreme Court is responsible for citing civil war in the country? And Navika ji, if asking questions weakens democracy, then the democracy has been weakening in the country for the decades. You remember, I don't know that whether you remember or not, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Narendra Modi, was doing a press conference in front of the Taj Hotel after 26/11, and they have published an ad, and it was saying that brutal terror attacks at will, vote for BJP. So, was it not attack on the democracy? And one more thing, Navika ji.
You know, stop, Faraz Kidwai. आपने निशिकांत दुबे का नाम लिया. आप राम गोपाल यादव जी को तो जानते होंगे, जानते हैं ना? उन्होंने क्या कहा था? लोअर कोर्ट्स देश में आग लगा देंगी.
बिल्कुल.
लोअर कोर्ट्स देश में आग लगा देंगी. वो कौन थे सर? कौन थे? और जो उन्होंने कहा था वो सही था?
Navika ji, listen. You have not even given me 20 seconds to speak.
20 seconds. आपकी घड़ी खराब चल रही है सर.
I just wanted to say.
समय नहीं, आपकी घड़ी खराब चल रही है.
Navika ji, सुनिए.
Chinese थी.
What these 272 gentlemen have said, that India's democracy is under assault. But you know when democracy is in danger, when you are attacked and abused of saying that it is in danger, and we have been attacked and abused in the parliament and outside the parliament whenever we ask the question from the government. Now Navika ji, if it is undemocratic to ask why you have removed the Chief Justice of India from the CEC, then we will continue doing this undemocratic work. I am assuring you. As far as election.
Nobody has removed Gaurav Bhatia. Please respond, but please note, gentlemen on the panel and my viewers, please note, there's pin drop silence on Ram Gopal Yadav's statement from Faraz Kidwai. Over to you, Gaurav Bhatia. Please respond.
No. So let me first respond to Anand Bhai. Anand Bhai, you said that judges or other very eminent citizens speak after they debate office. Let me give you an example. In the history of free India, there have only been 2 super sessions in the judiciary, that is the Supreme Court of India, where the senior most judge has not been appointed as the Chief Justice of India, both under the Congress regime. And you know how these eminent Supreme Court judges who were to be the Chief Justice of India retaliated by resigning from their post. Justice H.R. Khanna, the most eminent judge that we have ever seen, Justice Hegde, Justice Shelat and Justice Grover, all 3 resigned. They showed their spine, their courage. But in the BJP regime, such things don't happen. And I must also tell you that it is important that judiciary and all institutions remain strong. There are certain regulations, rules to be followed, and those are followed by these eminent people when they are serving, a post. Now coming to the Samajwadi Party, Akhilesh Yadav actually campaigned on 29 seats in Bihar. RJD lost 28 of them. That is why this frustration. And I want to tell you, the judgment that Mr. Kidwai is referring to, the BJP government never removed the Chief Justice of India from the collegium. The judgment itself, one of the paragraphs says that Chief Justice of India would be part of the collegium till the time a law is enacted. And the law was enacted, and leader of opposition was given a place with the Prime Minister of India and one more cabinet minister. Now coming to the other point. Do you remember what was the remark of late Mulayam Singh Yadav ji when the Ram Mandir verdict was delivered by the Allahabad High Court? He questioned the credentials of the judges who delivered the judgment in favor of a Ram Mandir. And these people come out today to teach us about what propriety is.
But that is not voting for anarchy. Just like Ram Gopal Yadav's statement is not about anarchy. That is respect for institutions set up by the constitution. अब आप ऐसे मत करिए क्योंकि ये उनके हिसाब से interpretation है. Just like the interpretation of the laws that is coming. But Salim Dharnidharan, SIR is an activity that has happened several times in the past. Just because it is taking place now, the fact of the matter is that everybody is coming out and abusing BLOs, abusing election commission, and look at how citizens are being abused by Congress party netas. Do you really subscribe to this form of saving the constitution, saving the democracy?
I think you have remembered me after 32 minutes in the debate, but let me state my points. Has anyone from my party, including the Chief Minister, including the other spokespersons, have we ever said we do not want SIR? We are only saying this SIR is impossible to be completed in 1 month time, and we are also saying that too in November, when in Chennai or in Tamil Nadu it rains, and then there is monsoon, and then the officials also have to do flood relief work, and then December is Christmas, and January is Pongal, which is the biggest festival in Tamil Nadu. They are saying the timing is wrong. We are saying if at all you have to do SIR, why did you not start during the Bihar SIR itself? The officials involved in Bihar SIR and Tamil Nadu SIR are mutually non-exclusive, right? Or you could have done it after 2026 election, or you would have started in 2024 after the union governmental elections. Why now? I'm not even saying it's acting in a partisan manner. Leave that. My question is, do they have the capacity? In 2024 election, in 150 constituencies, the vote polled and vote counted did not match. That is gross inefficiency than anything else. So in organization with such gross inefficiency, am I not supposed to question about inefficiency? There is discrepancy in inefficiency. And I am supposed to question.
You can question the timing, you can question the inefficiencies. At least you are not agreeing with Rahul Gandhi that the process is flawed. Anand Ranganathan, if I get my analysis right, Trinamool Congress does not support Rahul Gandhi's view. Now, the DMK does not seem to be supporting. The Samajwadi Party, in any case, wants Rahul Gandhi to move aside. ये चल क्या रहा है, boss?
No, that is why I admire my good friend Salim from DMK. And no, 1 second. I'm complimenting you.
Rahul Gandhi here.
I'm complimenting you, Salim. Please hear me out. No, Navika, this is why I really admire my good friend Salim, and I sometimes wonder what is he doing in DMK. He's so logical and rational. I am standing with him. I also want to highlight the discrepancies that are being done under the Election Commission. There are misappropriation, there is misrepresentation. Of course there is. But Rahul Gandhi is saying something else. He's saying all those things are being done at the behest of the BJP to make BJP win. That is what is wrong. It is absolutely not wrong to point out the deficiencies, to point out the malpractices. Of course they happen. 900 million people are going to vote. You are of course going to find discrepancies. But to say that those discrepancies are happening at the behest of BJP is what is absolutely unacceptable.
But they can pick up discrepancies and go to the court, not discrepancies कि पहले 3 digit 100 है और फिर 3 digit 122 है. Discrepancies that have been completely ripped apart within minutes of them being put across, because similar first two numbers have been seen in Telangana, in Himachal Pradesh. You have to come up with evidence and real evidence to disprove that this entire process is flawed. Otherwise, my friend, it's seeming like a bahana, and that is why eminent citizens becoming the voice of the nation to say, work hard, do well in every examination. That's exactly what we tell students who have to appear. You can't begin to say the process is flawed, the teachers are bad, the syllabus is bad, my pen doesn't work, the paper is not good. That doesn't help you in an examination. It's as simple as that. And we did a survey. Has Bihar verdict proven that Rahul Gandhi's anti-SIR rage is impotent? That's the question we ask the people. Yes, say 76% people. No, say 23%. Can't say 1%. 76% of the people watching this show and responding to that survey said, yes, another bahana. Should we do without these bahanas? Well, would be better, because we do want and we do need a strong opposition in this country. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.